Whole concept of bodybuilding. It's an individual sport, and of course, he has the options as to which direction he wants to go into. And I made my start back in the '50s, so I've gone through a lot of eras, changes in nutrition and gyms and equipment, and I've seen both spectrums. And to me, today, it's still as exciting as it was way back when in Arnold's days. Well, the magazine was just a little pamphlet. Nobody hardly knew anything about nutrition. Somebody says, well, you want to gain weight, peanut butter. Here we go. Big jar of peanut butter in a gym bag. Protein came from tuna, so we carried about half a dozen cans of tuna in our gym bags. It was all hearsay, trial and error. I guess you might say we're guinea pigs, But still, it was enjoyable. You had like 500 square feet of gym in the old days. Now you got 50 and 60,000 square feet of gym. And all the various equipments that are out there, it's just mind-boggling. If you train diligently and make it a way of life, you learn about health, longevity, through exercise. Pick your choice, whatever it may be. But it's being active on a constant basis. This goes back to the individual. If he wants to live a longer lifestyle, he wants to be healthy, he takes care of himself. And then, my ideas have changed over the years as far as nutrition, longevity. I place a lot of emphasis on rest, on eating sensibly. Yeah, I'm a fanatic at times when it's showtime, but when you keep these things in mind and you head in that direction, it's always a good feeling that comes from within. You're doing something to keep yourself healthy. It's very difficult for me to relate to people my age because they're not active. And they have no motivation. They don't have incentiveness, no imagination. For them, the world has passed them by and they're just waiting. So it's very difficult for me to and I can understand where they're coming from because they never got into what I did. Something that started out as a hobby, I turned it into a profession, and then eventually it became my lifestyle.